Hello guys, in this video I'll be breaking down my trade from last week, and I'll be doing an outlook as well for the coming week, which is I think 27th. That's the 27th June to next month, which is July. So starting off with USD, which I covered in my previous video. So I'll be like breaking down like the individual days, that's from Monday through Friday. Then I'll now do the recap. Sorry, I'll now do the outlook for this week. So on Monday, which was this 15-minute time frame. On Monday, which was here. So from our previous analysis, on the 4-hour we had this. On the 4-hour, we say we were bearish, like we had bearish market structure because we had the break of this previous low here, and this was like the pullback, and then price pushed down to make a lower low. By hand, this was like a confirmed lower high. Yeah, so it was like a confirmed lower high. So since the 4-hour structure is bearish and we are kind of day trading, we mostly follow the 4H structure, that's the 4-hour structure. And if you can remember, I said on the daily we had like a break of previous structure here. We are like a break of, I say, daily bearish structure. But the only thing confirmed is actually the bearish structure, because like from here we had this pullback, price push to make a lower low, another pullback, lower low again, and this like a pullback for price to continue making the lower lows and lower highs. So on the daily, when we saw this break above this high here, when we had this break here, this was like it's somehow a break in market structure. See, it's kind of a break in market structure, but we're working within this range from this high. You know, it was like our range. That's what you're working with. So and we also see that if we had like a break of structure, let's say this are very structure here, and price breaks this high, price could just break this high, so maybe mitigate something above here. This is really a break of structure, but now this break of structure, it hasn't really been confirmed. Like say we have a break in bearish market structure, we need to see price make a higher low. Like this is very important. See price make a higher low, push up, then make this higher high, which is here, which is somewhere here. And the only time we can confirm that this our higher low is when price makes the low, pushes up and make a new high. We can then confirm that this is our high low, and we can now say, okay, now the trend has truly changed and we are truly bullish now. So that's how we're looking at Euro USD on the daily time frame, because we had this break here, we had this break of structure here, so price has now pulled back. So we kind of want to see price, that's if the bullish trend want that, if this the price should continue this bullish structure, want to see price push up and break above this high, and then we can confidently take buys here, because then we can see that we are confirmed bullish structure, so we can confidently take buys somewhere anywhere within this leg here, and then continue the bullish market structure here. So that's how we're looking at it from last week. And going down to the 4 hour, on the 4 hour here. So on the 4 hour here, we had like on the 4 hour we had bearish market structure because we had the break of this previous low. So we had the break of this previous low, price pulled back and then broke again. So we are in that pullback phase of the 4 hour time frame to continue the bearish 4 hour leg. And remember, the only trend that is really confirmed on the daily is actually bearish structure. Like we are kind of bearish on the daily because that's the only confirmed structure we have on the daily. And now the 4 hour structure is bearish and everything is bearish on the 4 hour. But here, this is where everything changed. Here, after we have this push here, I remember after whenever price pushes, we mostly like get a pullback before price pushes again to continue the trend. So here, after we have this push, price started pulling back, start having that corrective pullback is something you want to see. So here now the thing is when price started pulling back, started making started forming bullish structure. That from here, we are like price breaking this high. That's why we have this sweep of this low, and this is more like a shift in market structure. Price breaks the structure, goes back to retest something within this leg, and then we normally expect price to like continue this particular trend. That's ignoring everything that happened from here to the left and just studying what happened here. This is where we should pay the most attention. Just studying what happened here. You can see that we have like a bullish transaction that's from this pullback. So the only time we can confidently take longs now is when we have everything aligned with the daily time frame. Say the daily time frame, the daily time frame is bearish. The daily time frame structure is bearish. Let's say this is daily time frame structure. And now the 4 hour now. So let me just draw it the way to me. So we have like daily structure looking something like this. I have like daily structure here. And the 4 hour, is the 4 hour here, pulling back to the 4 hour still looking like some kind of bullish. This is terrible. So this is the daily structure. We have something like this. And then price is somewhere here. So we had this break here. I remember the only confirmed trend on the daily is bearish structure. Okay, so price is somewhere here now. Then on the 4 hour, we have like during this push up, we had like bullish market structure here. And then price broke the bullish structure, confirmed it by making a higher, and then pushed all the way down here. So we are kind of in the corrective leg of the 4 hour time frame, 4 hour time frame structure. So this is like we had the break here. Let me change the color. So the yellow is the 4-hour structure. So this is like the breakout structure here. This price pulling back to mitigate something within this leg, which is somewhere here, and then confirming this to be our lower high by then breaking this structure here. So now we are kind of on the 4-hour. On the 4-hour, we are working within this range, and this range here, this low and this high. So whatever happens within this high and this low, whatever happens here is kind of internal to this high and this low. So it's just like internal structure. So what we have here, what we have here, what we have here is internal structure. Like the whole of this, you can say that the whole of this is just internal structure to this particular leg, which is this high and this low. So now the only time we can now you know that we are trading from this high to this low. So before we can confidently take sales, we need to like see price. For me, think I think it's actually very important to like wait for price to realign, like wait for order flow and structure to be aligned before taking a trade towards this 4-hour direction. Because so we need to see something like this happen. We need to see price push up maybe into a QI or maybe into this demand range there, and maybe we can look for a 4-hour change of character. Should be something like this price taking this high, taking this low. So you can see that now structure, 4-hour structure is aligned with the daily structure, and now 4-hour order flow is aligned with both daily structure and 4-hour structure. So we can maybe take sales from somewhere here. That's if we get necessary confirmations to take out this low. We should be this low. So this will be how I'm looking at it. So here on the chart, we are still working like on the chart. So we have this like high, and then this like our low. So these are our high and these are low. But when we are talking about order flow or supply and demand ranges, when the moment price broke above this high, the moment we had a break above this high, we didn't really close above it, but price kind of with the high. The moment we had this week above this high, you can now see that this is our new demand range. That's from here to here, from this high to this low is our new demand range. So when and another thing is when price is creating supply and demand, let's say we have demand ranges like this. So when price we normally want to see price come back to retest this range. So whenever price comes back to retest the demand range, we can look to take longs from anywhere within this leg. We can look to take longs from here or here, which is like inside the demand. So demand range. So the moment price breaks this high again, we now have a new demand range. Should be something like this. So if price pulls back into this, we can look for longs within here to take out the high. So So going back to chart, so here we have like this new technologies are high and then these are low. And because we have the price push above this high, we now have a confirmed demand range. So you can expect price to pull back to maybe a supply, a refined demand zone within here and then continue the move. Like we don't want to see price like break this. So we had the break above this high here. So now price kind of like pulling back maybe to this and like expect price to continue expecting the demand range. So the only time we look for sales is if we have a break in one of the demand. Let's say we have something, let's say price continues pushing up and then breaks above this high. So our range will now be from this high here to this low. That will be our range. So until price, that's if we get a break above here. If price breaks below this low, now you can see that we have price breaking demand range, and once demand range starts falling, you can see that supply is in control. So it is it is like the whole forecast both the recap. I'm just doing like the put them. I said that so in the 15 minutes. So this was Monday here. The blue line or the blue zone you see here. It's let's say London session Q zone and the green one is New York session Q zone. The red one is Asian. So that is an indicator that I use. So on Monday we had a trade here. So from the 4 hour here, after we had this break, we had this break of structure here, price pulled back down into this whole range. This is where price didn't really get to our slightly refined range, but kind of mitigated the whole range, which was a 4 hour supply zone, sorry, 4 hour demand zone. So when price when price pulled back into the zone, you can see that as price was pulling back, they having like some kind of corrective bearish structure that's on the 15 minutes. So the only time you want to take buys from here or anywhere here, the only time you want to take buys from here is if we get that 15-minute shift in order flow, which we price breaking a supply range. This was like our last supply range, so this was when price broke the range. So we can look to take buys. I can completely take buys from maybe this one here or this week's here, or even the extreme. Yeah, these are the extreme supply zones. So extreme demand zones, we can look to take buys from here. But if you look closely, you see how I took a sell instead on Monday. So let's talk about it quickly. So on Monday we had like this range here because when price pulled back, it's pushed up again, breaking above this high. So this was like our demand range. So when price broke the demand range, I was like, okay, temporarily, like maybe just for a short period of time, uh, supply is kind of in control because now we have bearish order flow in the market. Now, and another thing is, I understood that price, the structure on the 4 hour is bullish, and now the structure on the 15 is also bullish. But now order flow is kind of bearish, and I was looking at it this way. I was looking at this as my whole bullish push on the 15 May, like this whole push here was like my whole bullish push on the 15 May. And when I had this break of this low here, when price came below this low here, I was thinking to myself, okay, now we are kind of in a push phase. That's up here. We are kind of in a push phase. We are kind of in a push phase, and from before we even take longs from maybe supply zones down, sorry, demand zones down here, I need to see price like pull back. I need to like get it, because I was kind of trading the pullback instead of following the actual trend or the actual structure. So I was just trading the pullback. So when when I saw, oh my god. So when we had this break, when we had the break below this low here, I was thinking to myself, okay, this could be, we could be pulling back now. So I decided to look for a sell, but I didn't directly look for the sell immediately. I didn't start thinking of sells here, because now when I go down to the 1 minute, everything changes again. Just like, but it's just the same thing. Like it's always the same thing no matter the time frame. So when on the 1 minute, yeah, yeah, on the 1 minute, when price was pulling back, when price was pulling back, we had started having like some kind of 1 minute bullish structure, bullish order flow. Those were like our last structure high on the 1 minute, and this was like our lower low. So we had price pushing up, making lower highs and lower lows. So we had 1 minute very structured, very order flow. And during the pullback, we started having bullish structure, because now price will have to like break this high, which was our last lower high. To That's for price to pull back, it has to like break this high. So we started having bullish structure, bullish order flow all the way up till price mitigated this supply zone, which was up here. That's a 3 minutes zone. So so when price mitigated this zone, I wouldn't just set a limit up here and expect price to just continue down. Like everything has to be aligned together. So now on the pullback, price pullback bullishly on the 1 minute. So I will want to see the 1 minute align with the 15 minutes, because the 15 minutes back flow is bearish. So I want to see a 1 minute bearish structure and bearish order flow for me to take a trade. So guys, this was when we had our break in market structure here. We had the break in bullish market structure, because this was like our range from here, this high, and this low was like because we were working with. So when price broke above this, I was like, okay, I can take sales from this whole supply range here. That's the 3 minute zone, like this whole supply range from this low here. I just put my stop loss above this high. So that was how I entered the trade. So I had the break here. So and remember, after price break structure, that's after a push phase, we get the pullback, which was here. So kind of like just first confident taking the trade somewhere here, and then it just moves. And for my take profits, my take profits, I just wanted to take most of my profits off here, which was this 15 minutes unmitigated supply, sorry, demand range. That's like this whole zone. So like one of the reference zones I had also had something down here. So that was Monday. So going over to Tuesday, I can't remember taking a trade on Tuesday. So we had Monday here. Tuesday, yeah, I didn't really get anything on Tuesday, but on Tuesday after we had this pullback here, we're kind of like working within this high and this low. So yeah, I'm sure there was a trade on Tuesday, just that I wasn't really active, so I didn't take the trade. So Tuesday we have this as our previous high from here. So when price broke above this high, we now had a new demand range that's from here to this low. Like a new demand range, you can see it shifts on that flow. So just shift. So normally when we have something like that, we expect price to pull back into the demand range to maybe mitigate unmitigated demand zones, which was somewhere here. Can't really tell what maybe this candle like or this whole range because we have price going to that. Just something within this leg. I did actually take a trade there, so yeah, try just move down from here. Wednesday, we have much on Wednesday. Yeah, we didn't really have much on Wednesday, just price breaking below this low. And remember, is that whole thing of waiting for the confirmation because now we have when we had this break of structure here, we had this break of structure here, price pulled back into the zone again, and then we broke structure again. So now after we had this break of this is like a single push. After we had this break of structure, we're now working within this high. So not within this high and this low. So this is like a lower low. So until price breaks this low, we are bullish on 15 minutes. But now on Wednesday, that's Tuesday, Wednesday, price actually broke the low. Price broke the low. And normally when we have a reconstruction, we might want to take sales from supply ranges here or here or here. And as you can clearly see, price doesn't even respect any of those ranges. Like just kind of like crosses on the range and then breaks range, mitigates like doesn't even hold. So that's why we like wait for the confirmation. Like we want to see price confirm the trend before we can confidently um take trades on that new direction. We want to see that confirmation. So it's very important. So we want to like before we could have the only reason why we take sales is if we have something like this, we have price pulling back, then making a lower low by confirming this lower high. So we can confidently take the sell when price pulls back again into anything within here. I want to take the sell. I think this is a lot safer that way. Trading, taking sales from me is a bit aggressive, like really aggressive. So going over to Thursday, yeah, I took two trades on Thursday. Going over to Thursday. So on Thursday, because I know that the confirmed structure on the confirmed structure on the 15-minute time frame is a bullish structure. So when we had price, so when this happened, we have like price breaking the bullish structure and then breaking just like price continue the bullish structure, which is the only confirmed thing. So I felt confident. I was like looking at this maybe as some kind of run on sell side liquidity because we had these lows here, we had this one here. So these were like a run on sell side liquidity to me. That's from here to here, like run on sell side. I didn't really see it as a break construction. Okay, that's I wouldn't really know, but that was like after price or when price was pulling back, I was looking at it as So when price broke this low, when price broke this low here, this was price breaking a demand range. So here I was saying, okay, now supply is kind of in control of the market right now because we have this demand range being broken here. So the only time I'll take a buy is when um when the 15M structure and order flow like realigns because the structure is bullish. So I needed order flow to be bullish as well for me to take the trade. So that's I need to see price break the supply zone before I can confidently take a trade. So which was what I waited for here. So I had this was like the whole zone. This particular one was like the whole zone. So it's more like it's more of a refined. It's not really refined, but it's very large. But the idea. So when price push down here, price from the new supply range, which was from here to here, this like our new supply range. So we had price weak above the supply range here, meaning that demand is kind of in control right now because we have price breaking a supply range and the structure of the market is also bullish. Order flow is now bullish, like everything is now favor for us to take a buy. So the only thing I had to do was to go on the lower time frame, which was the 1 minute, and then look for an entry on the trade. So going down to the 1 minute. So on the 1 minute, the destruction on the 1 minute wasn't really clear because we had like this to be this 59 shifts in order flow which was here was like our last 1M lower high. So like a single push and you have to break here. So if price pulls back to anything within here, we can take the trade. But I didn't really take the trade from down here as like the zone was really large. So I needed more confirmations to take the trade. So when I saw this internal, it's like a break construction, we always call it that. So when I saw this internal break construction here, I was like, okay, where should I take the trade? So I saw this engulfed candle, and I mostly use engulfed candles for my POI. Like, so I saw this one in 1 minute engulfed candle. So I felt confident taking the trade here. Um, then I also have this extreme zone. I think it was 3 minutes. Yeah, I also have this 3 minutes engulfed candle here. So when price pull back down here, so like running decent river was eventually stopped out. Price came back down into this extreme here, which I also had my limits on. So I was starting to the trade and luckily we are still on the trade up till now because following the 4 hour narrative and the 15 minutes structure and everything, I wanted to see price take out this as well. I was just targeting the high and maybe to partial out if most of my trades above this equal highs and take my full profits above just above this high. So that was how I was looking at it. And we'll see how it goes going to next week. Yeah, see how it is going to next week. So going over to pound USD. I didn't really take any trade on pound USD and gold. I just want to like just look at them for price hasn't really moved much from last week. So the analysis we had on pound USD and gold is still that's the one the previous analysis we had from last week is still very valid up to now. And that's of course I'll just like maybe look at them if there's anything to say about them, I'll just say it. But I don't think there's any. So that is like my kind of stuff. Price action here is the same thing as that of last week. Like price has really been ranging around. I haven't really trade. I didn't really trade this play last week. So, same thing. Price hasn't really moved much. So the price action is still very the same as from last week. Last week price action is still the same as that of this week. So maybe on Wednesday I'll try to upload another video on what I think the market will happen. Sorry, what I think the market will do next. So yeah, so that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. I really hope you found this helpful and useful in your trading. So that would be the good trading, guys.